Hello. Today I wanted to go over Visual Studio a bit and how you can have multiple projects within a single instance of Visual Studio, and that would be by using the solution. So, a solution in Visual Studio allows you to have multiple projects within it. So, let's get started. The first thing I want to do is download assignment1.zip from the school's Brightspace. So I download that. I can open up my downloads folder, and the first thing I'll do is extract it. Extract all to the current location, and no, I do not want it open when extracted. So once that's extracted, I can open up the extracted file, and you can see I have everything needed to complete assignment 1. So once that's here, the next thing I'll do, I'll open Visual Studio. So Visual Studio is different from Visual Studio Code, and we want to use Visual Studio. So once this is open, the next thing I'll do, I'll create a new project. And that project will be a C++ Windows console project. So I want an empty project, I'll click that, click next. I do not want the solution and project to be in the same directory, so I want that unticked. And the project name, I'll give the name A1_Q1, assignment 1 question 1, and the solution name, I'll call it A1 for assignment 1. Create. So that creates it. So you can see right here it says solution A1, which is what I want, and you can see it has one of one project. And you can see the single project that's in there now, which is A1_Q1. So first thing I want to do now that I have a solution is I want to right click on the solution, go to properties, and I want to change startup project to current selection. That allows you to easily compile and execute a project within the solution by just highlighting it or just selecting it. So I want to apply and press OK. So from here I want to add each project or each new project that we need to use. So I'll go to add new project. So I right click on solution, add new project. C++ Windows console A1_Q2. Just copying that so it's easier to paste. Again, add new project A1_Q3. Add new project A1_Q4. And the final project, because this assignment only have 5 questions, A1_Q5. So now that's all here. The next thing I need to do is add the CPP file I downloaded from the school's Brightspace account, Brightspace website, into Visual Studio. So I can do that by right clicking on the project name, which I right clicked A1_Q1, and go open folder in File Explorer. Once that's opened, I simply need to open the extracted file that I have, and I just copy over the CPP file or just drag and drop. I can go into question 2, same thing, drag and drop. Question 3, I can drag and drop, and I can just navigate between all the folders for each question right here, or I could simply close this, and when I wanted question 4, I right click and say open folder in File Explorer. Opens up the folder, and again I drag and drop. Now when it comes to question 5, I'll add the CPP file a different way. I'll simply right click on the project name, and I'll just go to add new item, and I want to add a CPP file, C++ file, and I'll call this file A1_Q5. You can leave it to the original file name if you want. You can change it, but this is what I'll put mine as. And I'll just click add. And from here, I want to open up that file. You can see it's empty. I'll open up my A1Q5 file. I'll copy and I'll paste it in here. So now it's pasted and I'm ready to work in here. But you can see that for the other source files, they have not yet been added to their project. So what I need to do there, I right click on the project name, I go to add and go to add existing item. And then I see the A1Q1 CPP file that I dragged over, that I moved into the folder. I just click it and add. And you can see it's now under source files for that project. And I'll just do the same for questions 1 to 4. Okay, so all of the projects have their source file or CPP file, so we can start compiling and executing. But another thing that is another thing for this assignment is that we have input files for questions 2 and 3. So we need to put these input files in the folder that question 2 and 3 project is based. So I'll right click here, open folder in File Explorer, and I'll go to question 2, which is sales in.txt, and I'll just drag and drop it over into the same folder that the project is based and the source file is, the CPP file. And then question 3, it needs the polar in.txt, and I'll just drag and drop that. And once that's done, I think we are fully prepared to start compiling, executing, and writing the code for this assignment. And what I'll do here is that I'll write in a bit of code to kind of show you how do I compile and execute a particular question or project in this solution. You can see the solution updated to 5 of 5 projects. So what I want to do here is I'll say cout hello world from Q1. Now end that line. Now I'll copy this so I can paste it in other questions. And additionally, you can see what project you're in right here. So it tells me I'm in project A1_Q1 if you decided not to use a project name that reflects, if you decided not to use a file name that reflected a project. So I'll go in A1Q2. This changes to question 2, and I'll just go on and do this for all the questions. And now I did that, updated the code for everyone, and I want to make sure that all the files are saved. I just go File and Save All. And now all the files are saved. So if I want to compile and execute the code in question 1, I highlight it or click the project name, and I just click the Run button, Run without debugging. And you can see my terminal popped up. Hello world from Q1. So now if I want to run the code in Q3, do the same thing, run hello world from Q3. And I can do this with all questions or all projects within the solution.